Yeah, what up, guys? Welcome back to another GeoGuessr video. Today, we have the wildcard champ himself, Clement. Clement, hello.
Yo guys, yo Darren. Yeah, it's Clement. I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome. Good to see you had a very nice run, as we can see here on the bracket. 3-1 Gingey, 3-2, very close game against Foul, and then beating Malfunctionn 3-0, and then taking down Spaghetti in the final. So, congratulations. I know it's probably a bit of a relief that you didn't have to go through the Danish wildcard, and you just got in through this, I would assume, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely happy to get a ticket already now and don't have to think about it during the whole summer. That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, so now you can just focus on grinding for the World Championship rather than having to grind for the Danish wildcard coming up. Yep. All right.
Definitely.
Great. And Clement has a YouTube channel as well, guys. So definitely give him a follow. I'm sure that once the whole World Championship thing stuff dies down, then Clement will be uploading again on that channel, I would assume, right? Because you're kind of just focusing on...
It's definitely... Yeah, I've been focusing a lot on improving a lot of stuff, learning a lot of stuff for different events and the Europe major, obviously, and this wildcard, so it's taking some time.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Well-deserved break, and it paid off in the end. All right. Oops, sorry about that, guys. The audio. Okay, we're gonna hop into game one here of the round of 16 match with Clement versus Gingey. I do believe Gingey did have this mobile health clinic on the sign, but let's see what you got.
So this is kind of weird actually, because I think we had different area codes.
Yeah.
I had 33, which is just Guadalajara, and he had 376, which I have no clue what the area code that is, but I mean, it makes sense for Jalisco as well. So I think he just, it looked like we had a lake south of us, and he just, assumed it would be, while I just guessed Guadalajara because of the area code, and
Yeah, that makes
nothing
sense.
very significant happened there.
I'm wondering if the 376 area code, because like the bus is in English here, so I was wondering if it was like a American bus, and it's a 376 American bus, and would 376 be in America?
I'm not sure that's an area code, but that's kind of a rough question to begin the stream. But I don't know.
Fair enough. But yeah, obviously the area code helping, and Gingey just getting it based off of the lake being south.
I mean, I could have looked around a bit, like made a lot of sense for the lake, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't really make sense. Like it wouldn't really matter. That's what I mean.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah.
I mean, it was only 78 damage there, so not too
this
much.
round I kind of expected stuff like this to happen. Like Gingey just recognizes the country immediately and insta-sense. I was like quite prepared for that, so I tried to move around a little bit, but I mean, didn't get to anything, and I thought it looked a bit like Slovenia, so I tried something, but yeah, it was in between us.
Yeah, I'm curious. Did you think that this wildcard moving map? Do you think it was a bit different from what you guys saw in the World League?
Oh yeah. I think the World League I don't remember, but I feel like generally the wildcard moving maps were quite easy in terms of information. Like, I mean, maybe not easy, but they were well versed in terms of information. There was also always something to find, pretty much, which was very nice for someone like me who isn't always the most confident in moving, because I'm not the most used to that mode, I would say. But yeah, when there's the information, I've grinded like really a lot for information, so I'm usually able to use it well when I do get to it.
Yeah, it makes sense. And this one being one of your best countries, you have an area code there, I think, right? What you saw?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 931 area code. Gingey. Yeah, I think he just looked at the plates and made like a decent enough guess. I think Kentucky and Tennessee can both have blue license plates, so it's a fine guess. Yeah, but yeah, US area code is always very useful. For sure.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, you're just good at everything in the US, I feel like, car color and all that stuff with that guide.
Yeah, I mean, I have for 2023 copyright, let's say, but yeah, it's a pretty rough thing to learn. It's not something most people should learn, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, area codes are definitely a very good investment. Yeah, here we had a France round. I mean, very logical. Gingey guesses quickly, and I tried to make a guess based off landscape. I mean, landscape and architecture, and I kind of got the northeastern vibe, but
Yeah.
wasn't sure enough. Like I didn't have too much time, so I just went between the Alps and yeah, pretty much inside the Alps. But yeah,
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Being big mountains there.
yeah, again, yeah, he tries to again move guess. I was actually thinking the exact same as him when the round loaded, like big river with a city north.
Yeah.
Why we like it could very well be, but then I found the sign and tried to like try to find the correct digits. I think it was like freeze.
Yeah.
Again, it takes some time for me because I don't do too much moving, so it took some time for me to find again where these roads are.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to it at the end pretty much, and yeah, that was a pretty good round for me. Yeah,
Yeah,
again, like
I understand the
getting good
logic.
information pretty fast.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I understand the logic by him just thinking it's the Mekong River, I guess, there.
Yeah,
Hedging
yeah,
for it a bit.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you said you expected the instant sending going in. That's something you kind of practice for, in like scrims and stuff, or whatever practice you worked on.
I'm not really sure I practiced specifically for that. I just knew it would happen, and I remember also how my moving games went against Gingey from the World League,
Right.
and it was like it was
Kind of
like similar
similar.
stuff that
Mm-hmm.
happened, where if I move enough quickly enough, I often get decent information that I could use very well against him. So that was what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was hoping to not get too many of the rounds like this one, for example, where there's nothing around and it's
Yeah.
all landscape. But yeah, it I think Gingy kind of tried something there because he saw that it was pretty difficult for him in moving. So
Yeah.
he tried something that would be like the probably the 0.1% guess there,
Yeah.
I think.
He maybe went for
But
an
it's
overcook there. Yeah. Definitely an
yeah,
overcook, I would say.
but I understand it.
Yeah, totally. All right.
Yeah,
All right. Nice win there in game one. We'll hop into game two now. Um,
yeah,
Pretty quick
yeah,
Indo here. Weird round, I'd
yeah,
say.
yeah. Pretty weird round. I think the basic guess there is always Java
Yeah.
or maybe Hedge for Sulawesi. I was not really getting the Sumatra vibe, so
Yeah.
I thought Java was fine. I don't actually remember where this round was, but I think it was something crazy, right?
Yeah, it was something weird,
Or
I
was it that
think.
round? Yeah, I think it was like Banca somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this round was very strange. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't really
I
know how you
mean,
ever get that, I think, unless you've seen the exact road,
yeah,
so
probably, yeah, yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
That was a very hard round,
Yeah,
and
definitely. Very hard round. All right, into India
yeah,
here.
this one on the yeah, quite the opposite. This one was for someone like who knows a little bit about India. This was
Yeah.
pretty easy. West Bengal. We had a lot of like Western Bangladeshi roofs,
Mm-hmm.
but also like the colorful architecture and I don't know. The vibe was very West Bengal there.
Yep.
I don't think there was like anything 100% concrete on that round, but yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
get
guess a
it.
lot of metal roofs as well in that round, which is very helpful,
Yeah,
for getting northeastern India there. Um,
yeah,
all right, into Indo again, which after that last
yeah.
round, you are clicking Banco here. I wonder if
Yeah, yeah. Speaking Banca, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it was mostly because I was wondering if it was Cali or Sumatra to begin with, because
that
there
makes
was like
sense.
blue roofs.
Yep.
But I mean, Cali would have been a bit crazy here. I think like there was a lot of Sumatra palms, like
Mm-hmm.
as Areca palms, and like it was very forested, more Sumatra way, I would say. So I ended up going Riau, which I think honestly his guess is better than mine there, going more west. I don't know why I didn't think it was more west, but yeah. But I ended up being closer, so
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess it's
that's
hard to go
fine.
West Sumatra there because it's such a hilly, province,
I mean,
and
yeah, that's probably the reason, but honestly, I think it's still like the more logical guess there with the amount of
yeah,
Areca bombs. Probably should have went there, but
yeah, fair enough.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we both kind of have the similar southeast fort, and
Yeah,
it's Lagos somehow. I mean, not. I don't think there's anything we can do there really.
yeah. Nigeria is not an easy country, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't really find Nigeria particularly funny in any mode. So
Yeah,
yeah,
me neither. It's not a fun country to learn for me either, so I've just never bothered. Um,
yeah,
all right, this one we do have a PEI, new Gen 4.
yeah. I think it was pretty straightforward for most people here
Mm-hmm.
who are a bit more experienced with Canada. Very red soil, and this Gen 4, like very new Gen 4 courage with the slight blur is very PI as well.
Yep.
That's a good way of confirming when you get the vibe, and then also like Ocean South. So yeah, we both get it, and for some reason we both thought we could scan for this, but I don't think we are the best scanners for this type of stuff. But yeah, I think yeah, sometimes it's also nice to just let the time run down and
Yeah.
like chill a little bit on rounds like that.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, here like this round. So there's this courage in the east of Senegal, but
Mm-hmm.
I was really unsure that it was that one bit of courage. I had seen it before, but I had not seen this village, so I was like, surely we just both go west there. There were also palms, which I would have thought would have been strange
Oh
for
yeah.
eastern Senegal, but honestly, I'm not very good at Senegal, so yeah. That I think the palms were the reason I eventually went just west on this round. But yeah, it was that eastern bit of courage there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the sunset courage is recognizable for some. I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
once again, not an easy round. Weird that it's also Gen 3, so like I don't know. Not really used to seeing Gen 3 Senegal too much anymore. All right, this one looks
yeah,
like you guys are both trying to decide between mainland and like
yeah.
Borneo.
This one was pretty rough. More game deciding. I mean, it's like there was like no black sticker, so
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to go mainland when you don't have any black sticker. And yeah, Gingey ended up going there. I don't really know if he actually clicked Saba or no at some point, but he was definitely between the two. I
Yeah.
think the landscape is what made him. I mean, it definitely is the landscape that made him go there. I think there was some rubber tree plantations in the distance, but I'm not even sure to be honest. Like, yeah, there maybe
Maybe here.
on the
Yeah.
screen. Yeah, I think that would make more sense for mainland probably, but yeah, I don't know. It's pretty rough. I don't see rounds like that very often without black stickers, so it
Yeah.
really didn't traverse my mind that much during while I was playing. So yeah, I just stayed Saba, but yeah, I think that's a very good guess by him to be honest, because he considered both and went for the right thing. So
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I messed up the cropping on this. Hold on. Sorry. The cropping on the video. Hold on. Oh, let me fix this. It was very zoomed in for a little bit. Because I think when I did the Jamabi spreadsheet thing, I messed that up, but it should be okay now. Okay, sorry about that, guys. It should only be for one game. At least I noticed it like very early on into the video. But yeah, that's game 2 for Gingey. Okay, sorry, Clement.
no problem.
All right, back into game 3
Yeah,
now, and we hop into this.
yeah,
And yeah, once again, insta-send by Gingey here. Prepared for that.
yeah. Makes sense. I mean, that round, I don't think there would have been anything anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, we both go near Perm there. I think it looked a bit like spring, like May courage. So I
Yeah.
think Perm has the most of that, if not every bit of that courage. So it
Yep.
makes sense. We could have even went more north, but that's fine.
Yep. All right, and then back
And
into
yeah,
Indonesia.
then we had okay. So we had this round was pretty troll. So it said Semarang, but
Yeah.
then I think right next to it, it said Sikakap somewhere. Like I don't think we can see it there, but maybe if
Let me see if I can rewind back
it's
and
it
then let's
says
see
it.
if we can see it.
Uh,
Huh?
bro, I swear it said it somewhere, but I don't remember where. It's like I realized after sending that.
Oh, here?
Yeah,
Maybe?
yeah. Silacap. Yeah. It's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No one saw it on the stream because it was too small. But I saw it right after guessing and was like, "Fuck!" I knew I messed up. Like it was so sure. Like it said Semarang like in much clearer, but of course it's like the other place it was.
Yeah.
He went for like a cook with like the port. It looked like very industrial and stuff, and yeah, we were both wrong. But I mean, again, wouldn't have been the most significant of rounds, so it didn't bother me really.
Yeah. A little tough
This,
that baited
yeah,
there a little bit. But yeah, sorry.
yeah, happens. Yeah, this round I moved pretty quickly and got to a very good sign there.
That's about,
Being
yeah.
half French myself, yeah, it's at Pau, which is quite a big city, and somehow he went the exact same place and. he ended up not seeing the sign, which was very fortunate because I believe he probably
Oh
would have
yeah.
known that place. Like here, like the sign is right there, but
Oh, yeah, he didn't look
he
at
didn't
it.
look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looked at the
that
signs
was
on the
very
bottom.
unfortunate because yeah, taking 3K on France is pretty annoying.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean that is the 50-50. Like you get a mountainous round like that. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty hard to go on a moving round like that under pressure. I think it's pretty hard to send
yeah,
Pyrenees there,
Pyrenees
honestly.
there. Yeah, for sure. All right, this one, big river. You just slide it up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just found like I just went near the bit, like I looked around the big river and found the place it said on the signs. Um, yeah,
I,
not really sure why
yeah,
Gingey
I was
didn't
surprised
look at
why
the
he
big
didn't
river,
look on the big river.
but yeah, I don't know. Ended up close enough, I guess.
All right, then we get to Japan with a rounded pole plate, I do believe.
Yeah, and we had pretty huge mountains there. It looked pretty cold, the climate, so we both considered same area in Gifu.
Yep.
And I mean, I tried to move around a little bit in case, but that's mostly not going to be very good information on rounds like that for me in Japan.
Yeah,
So
totally.
I don't read Japanese, unfortunately.
Yeah, but still having the flawless here. It's pretty good moving performance
Yeah,
so far.
yeah.
Um,
This one was very lucky for me, I think. Like he tried to find the place here. It said, I think Rio
Rio
Told 10,
Tolten,
something like
yeah,
that. And instead
yeah,
of looking at that, I immediately moved around and I got to like basically like an expressway there with
yeah.
very good signs. And it took me some time to find the places, but uh, yeah. And then I found the place with the river that was the Rio Torten, so I knew it had to be there. And I guess near the expressway and somehow 5K. Like I didn't really try
Nice.
to line it up, but yeah,
Yeah, it
it
didn't
happens
look like you
sometimes.
zoomed
Get
in all
lucky.
the way there. It looks like you just looked at,
No, no, no.
yeah.
I did not. I did not.
Fair enough. All
Yeah,
right.
but it
Serbia
was
here.
definitely quite lucky to get like to
Yeah,
the
to get a
correct place.
5K.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, correct to get like lucky to get to 5K, but lucky also to get those signs. Like,
Oh, yeah, of
I
course.
don't think the other way around that would have been such good signs. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
happened a few times during that tourney. Yeah, this round was yeah. Serbia is not. I think it's pretty hard actually if you don't know many place names to
Yeah.
find them. So yeah, I just sent very
General
quickly.
South. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hope to get lucky and win on that. And yeah, here I'm not sure if Gingey saw something or just tried to put the pressure on.
Yeah.
Um, at first, I tried to look at the taxi because some like you can use the first letter of the taxi to get the province, but I didn't remember them correctly. So then I looked around and saw the sign right next to us, which said Rio Bamba. So
Yep.
yeah, I tried to find the smaller cities, but didn't find them in time.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I don't think Gigi found anything. I think he just, yeah, probably wanted to put the pressure on
yeah.
there. But
Yeah, he also said GG before the round ended, so I think he saw the sign
oh.
right after guessing.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah,
Let's hop into game 4 here.
yeah,
Second no move game. Went up
yeah,
2-1 and pretty immediate Ireland zoom, but now Gingy's looking at Scotland, so wasn't quite sure on this one. Not the easiest round, I'd say.
yeah. I mean, I didn't really get the Irish vibe from the drier hills. I
Yeah.
feel like Ireland is just a bit greener, a bit more forested than drier parts of the UK. But other than that, I didn't really know. I liked Wales, but I wasn't sure.
Okay.
And yeah, it was that one park in Cornwall's. Honestly, I didn't know it could look like that. So I knew. I think I watched your stream back and heard that Finbar 5K, like he called that park. So
Yeah,
it was quite
I don't know how he did
impressive. So
that.
I guess yeah,
I mean, maybe it's
yeah,
knowable, but I don't know. I don't know how you
yeah.
confidently call that park, to be honest.
I mean, if you know a thing or two about the UK, it makes sense. I definitely don't. So
Yeah, to be fair.
yeah, yeah. And here, this was like one of the more key rounds, I would say, of this game, but also in
Yeah.
general during the journey. Um, So yeah, this round is like the pretty obvious place to click there is Romania because it's like it's flag antenna and there's
Yep.
summer coverage. It's not
Yep.
winter, so most people would go Romania there, I think.
Yep.
But I feel like I've either seen that specific road like 2 or 3 times
Uh-huh.
and missed most times. So like or maybe it was like a neighboring road or something like that. But I've seen this and missed it and been like, a bit annoyed that I missed it because like it looks kind of weird. It doesn't look like anything I would know in Romania. So I thought like might as well, try to look around a little bit, look at the road and see what it looks like, and yeah, it ended up being worth it for this tournament. So
Yeah, I mean this is a very nice guess because like I feel like every pro probably goes, well, except for you, I guess. Every pro goes Romania there. Um,
yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe it is like somebody who has spammed the correct map where this happens to be. Maybe he would also have seen it. I don't remember. Like it was. I feel like I saw it twice during like a span of 3 weeks or something during a particular competitive map.
yeah.
So yeah, that's how I remembered it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, I don't think many people have spammed duels as much as I've done for some time. So yeah, that's maybe the reason.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um, yeah, this round was just
I mean,
yeah,
there's not too much to talk about. I mean, unless you're like some kind of Thailand
yeah,
expert. I mean, it's like probably go east
like
here because it's red soil, dry. Looks like this, no
yeah,
mountains.
exactly. But then like I never know if it can be
Yeah.
somehow south of
Yep.
Buriram, like in the pocket, like near Cambodia. So
Yep.
I don't know. I just always hedge on rounds like that.
Yeah, it makes total sense. And then we're into Australia here.
Yeah, this was actually another good guess by me. I think on that round. I thought it looked a bit like Canberra, but I think like this car coder probably isn't really in Canberra. So I thought where
Mm,
else could it be, and like I just yeah thinking at first south of Canberra, but then I thought it was didn't quite look like that. Didn't look elevated enough to be there, so I ended up hedging north, and that was close enough.
yeah, very nice guess. Um, Sometimes it's hard to region guess the dry New South Wales hills, you know. So
Yeah, yeah, it can be. I mean, yeah, it worked well on this round, but sometimes
yep.
I definitely find it difficult too. Okay, on this round, I'm not really sure what I was thinking, but uh, at first I thought it was Germany, and then somehow I ended up convincing myself it could also be Netherlands, and I guessed on the border.
I mean, I think it's
I
quite
mean,
reasonable.
kind of looks like both countries. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Finbar was. I think we watched it. If you watch the stream back, I remember Finbar saying maybe why is there a hill there or something, or maybe he
Yeah.
said that for a different round,
Oh,
but
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No, I
But
think he did say that. I didn't remember it right now, but yeah, now that you say it, yeah, I think he did say that in that
yeah.
one. He did, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Okay,
that would
so
make more sense for Germany.
yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
this
on this,
one, yeah,
on,
go for it.
yeah, on this round, I think it's just yeah, on this round it's pretty good to just know those very long roads in Brazil. It's very like knowable. This one is like stuck in blue car 22, so that's just very good actually to know because there isn't really that courage anywhere else. I feel
Mm-mm.
like in Brazil anymore. Like it's very rare to you would get it on some places in Mato Grosso maybe, but this looked like a very long main road through going through hills and stuff. So I just went for that road.
Yeah,
He went for Rondonia, which landscape wise is a very good guess, I think. But
yeah,
you wouldn't get that car in Rondonia. It would be striped car.
true.
Uh, so yeah, it's just very useful to know car colors for especially for the Amazonian parts of Brazil.
Yeah, very good guess.
So yeah, that helped there.
All right, so yep, Clement taking first series round of 16. We'll hop into. I thought this was an absolute banger of a series, so I'm excited to hear your.
I did this. This was something.
Yeah, excited to hear your thoughts on this
Yeah,
this entire match. All right, we hop
yeah,
right in Philly here. I think we have
yeah.
the. Do we have the car? Is that how we're? Yeah, I think we have the car there.
We probably had it, but honest, I don't even think I saw that to be honest. Like I was on like my moving arch and just moved for information,
Oh yeah.
and I got the province right there and just sent. I mean, yeah, Fao being a more experienced moving player, it makes sense that he got to the same sign. And I also realized Anda is actually really findable. It's like the one island, yeah, right there. So it makes sense that he found it very fast. So here we had an Equa moving round, which is usually a pretty hard country, I would say, in moving. But here we had a province there in big letters, but like that province is normally very, in the Andes,
Yeah.
Canal province, I think. It's like a province in the middle of the Andes. So I was like, "There's how can it be that province? Like, come on." And so I don't know, I scanned quickly for like the province names, but to like find it again, but like I didn't find it in time. And yeah, it was like a province that's normally in the Andes, but like right on the edge.
Mm.
It's hard to see from there, but it's like, yeah, it was like really on the edge of the province.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of. I think we both maybe trolled a little bit on that round, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like Fao is probably someone who would know Ecuador provinces as well, but yeah,
yeah,
both
true.
both probably had the same thought there that the province could be fake.
Yeah,
Province
yeah.
name.
Looks quite weird for there, for
Yeah,
sure.
again another Ecuador round. For some reason, there was really a lot of Ecuador.
Yeah.
There was like Ecuador in every single game I played, pretty much. So here there was like we both saw the taxi there. I think with an A beginning, like the first digit there on the first letter on the taxi, which would be Azuay province. That's why Fao is in Cuenca. That's Azuay
That
province
makes
because
sense.
it's usually the first letter is like the first letter of the province, like the first letter you see on the taxi. But here I got to a very good sign that said El Oro, and I found Pasaje quickly.
Yep.
I just sent instantly. It made a lot of sense there, like very flat landscape with mountains east.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Fao not being fortunate enough. Here, it did say Pasare there though, but would have to know a lot about Ecuador to know that place.
Yeah.
I would not know about that.
Yeah, I feel like I
Uh,
wouldn't have recognized that as a place name either,
so
but
yeah, nah, that makes sense. Um, so yeah, he stayed in Cuenca there because of the taxi.
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Here we got a Germany round. I think this is one of the few. Yeah, this is one of the few rounds where I went the wrong direction because I've actually learned like most of the land crisis, I would say.
Yeah.
But here I didn't get to one in time while he got to it, like land crisis Orish. That's a pretty good one to know because it's quite far up there. But yeah, I got close enough.
Yeah, it was a good region guess
Uh,
by you not finding any info really.
Yeah, I mean, it was like really dead flat and not
Yeah.
very urbanized, I would say. So that I associate that with quite far northwest usually.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
If I recall correctly, I think in the open major they had Aurich as well the day before.
Yeah,
So
for
there's
some
like
there was a lot of stuff like that where there was like one specific like municipality or something that appeared multiple times.
yeah.
They had the same for some reason with we're gonna see that later. I think with Sambas in Kalimantan
Right.
that appeared like 3 times I think over the course of the wildcards. So yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, here we had like
Okay, yeah, let's go back to this round
yeah
because
that one round was pretty important. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like it was a very close game, and then suddenly this happened. So I immediately recognized this road. It looks really unique. Like for Russia, like black car is how you tell it's Russia there usually, and then
Yep.
like the wide how to say like brake light to get
Yep.
Kaliningrad, and then like the road is just very unique. It's like it looks pretty. It looks more European than usual Russia, I would say,
Yeah.
which is maybe why he didn't initially think Russia, but I think the pressure played into it probably. So I feel like Fao would most of the time get stuff like this as well. But yeah, that was just a very good choice by me to send fast there, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
I think he probably clicked Hungary because he wanted to hedge everything there.
yeah,
But it's hard to think of Kaliningrad like on this particular spit if you just
yeah, when you're put on
yeah,
the spot, yeah.
especially yeah, if you're
Yeah,
under
I
15
feel like
second
that
time
was
pressure.
yeah, that was a very good thing to do against Fao because I feel like most people though in the open like in the wildcard would get this because they would be more of like no move triaders like
Yeah.
landscape guesses and that type of stuff. But Fao maybe being like less of a I don't think he plays 500 NPC games a day.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, maybe that also helps to have it fresh in your mind, which
Yeah, for sure.
yeah in case when you play more.
All right. Let's hop into game 2 here.
Yeah.
The no move. So we have truck here, a lot of metal roofs, immediate zoom in.
Yeah, very distinct landscape here, I think. Really very green hills, also like lots of random rocks around, and those grass, I think we can see them on full screen, the grass roofs. I think that's like very far northeast usually. You have like roofs with grass on them. I've seen that, I think, on the latest, like there was a big doc about Turkey that was released a few days
I
ago.
did see that,
I don't
yeah.
know if yeah, that one is pretty good if you want to learn a bunch about Turkey.
Yeah, especially because Gelotris gatekeeps all of his meta, so if you guys actually want
Yeah,
to learn
exactly.
about Turkey,
Yeah.
then you should probably learn from the doc.
That is completely true.
All right, into Russia here.
Pretty basic Russia winter Gen 4 courage. I thought there was like no birches pretty much, or very few at least, so I went quite far south, and yeah, we both kind of had similar thought there. I hedged a bit more, which honestly works well a lot of the time in Russia, like in winter Russia, because it's very hard to region guess unless you have something specific like red car or antenna or something that can help the region guess.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah, here we had a war round. I mean, it looks very war with the red soil and all that, but I think we also had yellow signpost. I got the immediate like very outback vibe, so I scanned for grids that would line up, but I didn't find any in the time. So yeah, it didn't really scan the best area there probably with the car color, but I've not really learned the car colors in war.
Yeah, so Finbar and I think we were commentating on this one, and I distinctly remember saying, "Why is he clicking Perth here?" I wasn't sure because, like, I don't know, it feels more outback to me. Like, I kind of got the same vibe that you did, but I don't know. He just went for the Perth click. Like, it's not really hedging for much, is what I felt. So he must have been like pretty confident in Perth.
I think
I don't know.
Now Perth is maybe an interesting guess there, yeah. But I think maybe he thought like there was a few proms and then gets more on the coast. I don't know, but
Yeah, it makes sense.
it didn't really end up costing him too much. But
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. If it actually was Kalgoorlie and I 5K, that could have been like 3,000 points.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was
would have been a lot of damage. Even on 2x, like, Western Australia is obviously so big.
Yeah, maybe not 3,000, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a Thailand round, like just very hard to region guess. Urban Thailand, I think. Not much to do there. We kind of got a slightly northern vibe there because of the wooden houses, I think. But yeah, it's just very hard.
Yeah,
there was a few, like that wooden house to the right looks a bit northern. To the right of the foul screen there.
Oh yeah.
But, I mean, it's very fake, honestly. I don't think there's much stuff about architecture to learn in Thailand.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty...
Maybe for, I mean, it's unheard of. Like, maybe some people know it, but I haven't heard about it. Yeah, here we had pretty northern Norway looking around.
Yeah.
Had like a Lofoten-esque mountain, I think, hiding behind, I'm looking at it right there. But yet also quite a bit of vegetation, so I wasn't really sure about Lofoten. So yeah, I just went quite far north. I was pretty sure it would have to be with how short the vegetation was.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We both kind of got the northern vibe, but I got it, like I was a bit more committed into it.
Yeah.
I think Fao just really hoped to survive on that round because he knew he wouldn't really be able to win there, I think. Like, even with like an extreme region guess, I don't think he could have won, so he just hoped to survive there, which makes sense.
Makes sense. All right.
Here we had an Indo round. Yeah, Indonesia is like pretty game-changing country, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Here, I honestly, I don't think we had much really on that round, but some people were saying that there were bunker roofs, with the tiles on top of the metal sheet.
Let's see if we can spot them.
I've tried to spot them. I have not been able to. Like, I'm just not sure it's tiles. I feel like it might just be metal. But either way, it makes, like, even just metal roof like that instead of blue roofs or like more Kali looking house. Like, it makes sense for bunker anyways. But yeah, I still think it's a very good guess there by Fao.
Yeah, very good guess.
But I made like a poor choice there, probably going for Cali, but it's hard to think about the correct thing in the
Definitely.
moment.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
I mean,
So yeah, that was a very good guess by Fao. Kind of a stolen game, but it does happen.
Yeah, a bit of a
I mean,
multi-merchant there, a little bit.
yeah, yeah. I was a bit annoyed about that. Like, yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. I
Yep.
thought I played pretty well during the first game of
Yeah,
like
you
the
did.
first game against Gingey. I played well in moving, so I was confident I could win another one against
Yep.
Fao. So yeah, I still tried my best. And yeah, here we had another US. Usually US, as long as I get enough time, I'm usually able to get a very good region guess. Um, he got to a sign that said Selmer, Tennessee. He opted
Yeah.
to just send Tennessee. I thought he like maybe he should have looked for it because I mean you never know actually if like it's gonna be a tiny place. So yeah, I guess he just assumed it would be too small to find it. But he had on my screen like it's actually findable. But yeah, so I got like to I think I don't remember what the record was, maybe 901 or something like that, and then I found the 64, the road 64. Um,
Okay, I wasn't
so
sure
yeah.
if you had a road number here. I didn't.
No, yeah, I did. I had the
Okay.
64, but I didn't have the city name, which
Yeah,
yeah,
but good region
but it
guess
was close
nonetheless. I
enough.
mean, yeah, we had the road
Yeah,
number, so very helpful there.
yeah, it helps a lot. When you have the state, it's pretty easy after to
Right.
find the roads. So yeah, we both hope to find those like very useful signs that you often get in Chile, where you have those
Letters.
alphabetical,
Yep.
ordered roads. Took me some time to find the L's again. Constitucion is actually a pretty big city, and I kind of thought about it, but I didn't remember in the moment. I think that's what he found initially to get the region guess. And yeah, we both ended up finding the correct road there in the town. Uh, it is pretty easy to like that. Chile is not so road dense, I would say, so it's quite easy to find the roads when you have the information that you need.
Yeah.
So yeah, we both went for the 5K there.
Yeah. Especially the lettered signs, guys. Like it just goes down
Yeah,
alphabetically, so it's super easy to find. You just scan a little bit as well if you don't know exactly where it is. Pretty easy to scan for.
yeah, we had another Landkreis round. So it said Mittelsaxen. So we both look around in Saxony, and then I found Dobeln, which I don't even know if it's a Landkreis or just a city. Like I don't really know. It says Mittelsaxen, and then it said Dobelnstadt or something like that. Stadt Dobeln. So
Yeah,
I found that city and just sent once I found it.
makes sense.
Um, yeah.
It's pretty fast
So
find
yeah,
from
I
you as
mean,
well. Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty good. Like I feel like maybe I had seen it before, like when practicing Landkreis or something like that.
Mm,
So it's fairly big once you're zoomed in into Saxony. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Another pretty solved moving round. I mean, there was a lot of these. We had like a 34 area code,
Yep.
and we were like downtown, a pretty big city. We had a bunch of signs that said Summit Sakon, I think.
Yep.
Uh, and then here I tried to 5K, and I got a bit lucky, I think, because it's not very easy, like to to find the actual place, because most of the stuff is just in Thailand. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just went somewhere in the city center. Uh, yeah, again, another country that if you get the good information can be pretty easy to deal with in moving. Um, So I'm not sure. Like Fao immediately zooms into the correct thing, but I'm not sure if he found like an area code or city or only like city signs. I got to an area code eventually. I think 63 area code. I don't remember when I got to it, but yeah, it doesn't matter. And I ended up guessing there, and yeah, it was just downtown. It looked like a pretty big city.
Yep.
So yeah.
Makes sense. Korea kind of just like somewhat area code simulator sometimes with
Yeah. In moving, definitely.
yeah.
Without an area code, it's I don't think it's very doable most of the time.
Yep.
Unless you get you're on an expressway with good signs. It's yeah.
Yep.
He
Okay.
has it said Chanakale, which is a pretty big
Yep.
city on the bins. Unfortunately, it wasn't the Belediyesi, it was the province. So I wasn't like super as close as I would have wished to be. But yeah, Fao ended up having a pretty strong vision guess there.
Yeah.
Going European Turkey was ended up saving him a lot of potential damage probably. Here we had, I think, a pretty straightforward either Baja or Sonora. I think most people would only consider those two areas.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't think any of us got to anything in terms of information. So it was just trying to find somewhere that makes sense along the main road in Baja.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird because there were mountains on both sides, so I didn't really find it. But yeah, it was a bit more south than where I was looking.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And yeah, Fao going a bit more for the peninsula, I guess. Yeah, I feel like often you have that blur, in Baja Sur. Although I'm not sure if it's 100% thing, but in that area, in northern Baja Sur, at least that's how I ruled it out. And
Okay.
often there will also be cacti, but yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
It's like otherwise it would make sense to hedge for both there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like Baja is definitely an important place to like know how to region guess because it's
Absolutely.
really much bigger than
Yeah.
than you would hope for.
And the signage is pretty sparse, I'd say, on like most of the rural roads. So yeah, it's good to at least have some road knowledge in most cases, or at least know how to distinguish south from.
Know what the sections look like. What every like 300 kilometers or so of the road looks like.
Yep, exactly.
Because you got to like a sign that said Almere, which is a pretty big city. I didn't get to that sign, but I somehow ended up pretty much in the city. I thought it looked like Amsterdam, and then last second I thought, oh wait, it could be Almere, which is like a brand new city east of Amsterdam, and I thought it looked like very new, so I wanted to go for there. I don't know why I ended up south of it, but I think it was like pretty last second that I thought about it.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a bit crazy because I mean it could have been anything, but yeah, ended up being correct. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. We went different directions on this round. So I think most people didn't see what happened to me, but I got to a sign that said Puerto Barrio, and I knew immediately where that was. And it's like right like behind the locked in thing. But there's like a very good sign that says Puerto Barrio.
I definitely missed it when we were watching.
It's very hard to see because it's so quick.
Oh, there, yeah. Okay, I see the little white sign right before you open your map. Yeah. And he has the road number, but like it's pretty hard to find.
Yeah, road number is more annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
we thought you just.
I was very happy to win that. Yeah. Some people thought I just vibe guessed that.
Yeah.
like a lot of people were saying that. I mean, I don't think it's very doable, to be honest. Just,
yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I don't know. I just got a very good sign there and got lucky, I think.
Yeah,
that he didn't get with.
Yeah, I think Fao has the 62, right? Like he's on the 62 here, but
it's
the section of the 62, like right that meets up with the 45, so it's a bit tough.
Yeah, maybe he saw Antioquia pole paint. I think some people were mentioning that, and then he ended up hedging for like the pole paints.
Okay, yeah.
Although he did have the correct region guess to begin with, it seemed he was scanning like the correct part where I was.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that round was a bit unfortunate for him, not going like the best way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. All right, into game 4 now. So, I mean, kind of not the way that most people thought it would go, where you won both of the moving games and then Fao took the no move.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah. That was something. I mean, it was pretty weird that in that tournament I won every moving game against players who are more like move. Yeah, I actually did against players who are like better moving players than me for sure. So that was and I lost a lot of no move games. So yeah, that was something. Yeah, an interesting fact about that tournament, I guess.
Yeah, I actually I didn't realize that. I mean, maybe you're turning into a moving player then. Who knows?
I mean, I don't know. I do have a bit of a problem of trolling a few times, and I feel like that tends to happen less in moving.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like it's easier to get something that's gonna give away the country. Sometimes I do miss countries. It happens in no move for me. or like just troll completely. It doesn't happen that often, but when it happens, it's pretty bad in no move for me. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
so maybe that's the reason why moving might be a better mode. As I get more used to it.
Fair enough. All right, so here we have black car, I think. So foul looking in the other
Yeah,
place, but yeah, go for it. Sorry.
yeah. I mean, nah, it's fine. But it's I think there were Guerrero pulls, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not actually, but I think it just felt pretty Guerrero or Puebla, and then
Yeah,
the city was fairly findable. I just didn't scan very well, but Fao found it quite fast there.
yeah, it's a
So
bit
yeah,
tough
there
if
was quite a
you,
few points.
yeah, if you don't think to scan Oaxaca there, it's like you're just not finding that city, I think, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not very good at scanning a lot of times, so yeah, I just didn't uh, didn't scan the correct part of Oaxaca.
Yeah, that's fair.
Uh, Yeah, here I actually considered the correct road there,
Oh
and I
yeah,
was quite annoyed to miss it because it looked kind of strange, and it was 2025 copyright, which I don't think there's that much of that in Queensland
yeah,
yet. It mostly really is this like very northern stuff. So I wanted to go there, but then I felt like not confident enough, and I was scared to lose instantly
yeah.
if it's like actually southern Queensland. So yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah, this game was just kind of a collection of poor choices by me, to be honest.
Well, I mean,
There was this round, kind of copyright merchant it a bit too hard there. Just looking into
it was
looking
2019,
down
I
at this.
assume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was. I didn't look at the landscape whatsoever. I just looked at the car in 2019 and guessed. I mean, it looked like kind of there were potholes and stuff. I mean, it was a dirt road, but still, it looked a bit more like I don't know, a bit more Eastern, like Central Eastern European.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, that was not a very good guess. I think the forest definitely felt more not
it
like
happens.
Scandinavian. But yeah, happens. Uh, yeah, this was again a very poor choice by me. I thought I knew where the red car was. I definitely did not. Again,
That's Nigeria,
Nigeria is
man.
just
Yep.
not a good country for me.
Yeah,
I
totally.
mean, red car is definitely quite learnable, but I just knew I'd seen it a bunch in Gmeta and just went
Yeah,
for it. So
yeah, makes
yeah,
sense. All right, and then here's the deciding match to NMPZ, which was fun.
yeah,
Your
yeah,
only NMPZ match, I think, of the tournament, right? If I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, which was quite nice. I don't really like having to play an MPZ on very important games like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think this map was a
uh,
bit more forgiving than the EMEA Majors map. I think for NMPZ.
yeah. It definitely was. I mean, it was as a whole, maybe not in no move, but in the other modes, I think it really was more forgivable.
Yeah,
Yeah, most of the time. Uh, yeah. Here we had a few like more easier rounds, the
yep,
Bangladesh round, and then this one looked a bit Eastern Germany with these like concrete blocks type
yeah,
of buildings. But yeah, we both kind of had the same thought there. Uh, and maybe he was actually considering like in more Eastern European country. I don't know, because he was like on the border with Poland, but then he ended up just going for Germany.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, nothing really happened. It actually was Wolfsburg, which I think it is in a Western German historical province, but I mean, doesn't change much.
yeah, for sure.
Close enough. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then you get this
This was
round.
around.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. This was one of those uh, pretty unforgivable rounds. Uh, yeah. I mean, it's just straight up nothing there. There was just like pines and
Yep,
dirt road.
yep,
So yeah, not much to say. I think the basic guess there maybe is more like where went the Baltics. I think with
yeah,
like a dirt road in Gen 3 Pines. He thought it looked like Southern Pines, which I definitely did consider in the moment. But yeah, I preferred the Baltic countries there.
yep.
And yeah, somehow it was Ukraine. But I mean, I didn't love my guess either. I was like, yeah, I was thinking it could be completely wrong, but yeah, just hard to not go there, I think.
Yeah, certainly one of
Or
the
like go to US if you think it's the Southern Pines, then makes sense to go for the US
Yeah,
also.
for sure.
I think his guess, yeah. If it wasn't for the Gen 3, I think in Gen 4, yeah, I would have went there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, we just get Thailand again, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, urban Thailand, yeah. Got a bit of a better vision guess there. I think, yeah, no wooden house, so go Bangkok. Yeah.
and I mean,
Yeah,
even up
I guess
5k
could have been.
points. Yeah, even up 5k points, you probably just don't feel safe on this on NMVZ at all. Like it's just NMVZ. That's just how it is
Yeah, so
sometimes.
this round, this one was actually interesting. I thought so. There are a few clusters of red car in India. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not really everywhere, but the problem is that there's like two places that have it a lot. I knew there's like Ludhiana in Punjab and
Yep.
then Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh. But I think the Prayagraj car is a bit different. So I was thinking it would have to be the area of Punjab, and yeah, somehow it was Haryana. So it wasn't really. Well, I didn't actually know really well that coverage apparently, but
Yep.
it ended up working well. So maybe got a bit lucky there because I was mostly car merchanting on that round. Uh, but yeah, I do think it made sense to be quite far west
Yeah.
within UP. So like it was very
They look pretty
like
dry, right?
eucalyptus.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, more eucalyptus and no palms and more
Yep.
dry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But was kind of lucky to win on that and not go further into the NMPZ game.
Yeah, that's true.
Was very pleased. I think I played pretty well on that NMPZ. I mean, it wasn't the hardest seed ever, but yeah, still.
Yeah. I mean, NMPZ is
Uh,
about all about who can make the least mistakes, and yeah, you played
yeah,
very
yeah,
well to minimize the damage taken, and yeah, just make
yeah,
the best guess that you could. All right.
yeah,
So we
yeah.
have.
And the next game, I think I was pretty scared about that game, like going going to sleep after the first two games and having to think about either facing Malfunctionn or Zigzag. That was
Yep.
yeah. I was not looking forward to this game, but yeah. Uh, I ended up having to play Malfunctionn. I was yeah. I think I didn't really have a play I preferred between Zigzag or Malfunctionn to face. Like, thought both would be a hard matchup for me.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah. So here to begin on this round, this is kind of a funny round.
Oh, I
Like
remember
it was.
this. Yeah.
I watched the casting. The casting was kind of interesting on that one. Yeah, I don't know, but also on my part, like there was this for some reason both the casting and me missed that sign where it said Chapas like in big. I don't
Yeah.
know why I didn't read that. I got to an area code that was actually the Villa Hermosa area code, which is one of the few ones that I knew. I think it's 983 or 993, something like that.
Yep.
So interesting that it said Chapas, and I mean, I don't remember if it was like a traveling car or on a building that I got the area code, but yeah. Either way, yeah, ended up working fine to go for like yeah the border.
Yeah. I think I was being a dumbass on the cast as well because I was like, I was wondering why you're in. I think you're in Tabasco here, right?
Yeah, I mean yeah, yeah, I was on the border, but like I was more towards Tabasco because of the
Yeah.
area code. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean it probably was Chiapas because it said Chiapas on that
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
But I
Yeah,
mean, the region guess was good. You're clicking north of the mountains, like Finbar said, I think. So, I mean, it's a good region
yeah,
guess
I don't know.
regardless.
Yeah,
I'm just surprised because
this,
Malfunctionn also saw the same Chiapa sign, I think, and she decided to ignore it and look for more info, I think. But she realized, maybe, I don't know,
yeah,
towards the end. But yeah.
yeah. I think yeah, Chiapas there can be very good information. Like you can randomly get the town name and it
Yeah.
can actually be quite findable. So yeah, it makes sense that she didn't just insta send Chiapas there. I think
Yeah.
maybe she assumed I would get it easily, which I'm not sure it was that easy of a round, but yeah, uh, yeah, the round was very close to spawn. Like the information, the Chiapas information. So she probably assumed I had it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, on this round, I think she got this. I think it says Schaffhausen on
Yep. I
that
think
van,
so.
which is
Yeah.
yeah, quite knowable place. And then she looked for the smaller town. I didn't get information on that round, so yeah, that was a very quick find by her though.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, in Switzerland can be very random in terms of information.
It
So
is,
yeah,
yeah.
And this round was kind of a mockery of a round.
Happens.
Like, I mean, like we could we couldn't move around. I mean, if you look at Malfunction's screen, she's like spending
Yeah, trying to
like
go over the
the whole
bridge.
round on that bridge. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I tried to vibration guess it, and that went pretty poorly as well. So yeah, really nice that this didn't happen on like 5x or something.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Would have been a really sad way to lose on this round because like you
yeah,
can't move anywhere. It's just crazy. I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
There was definitely
yeah.
a handful of moving locations on the moving map where I was like, why are some of these locations in the map? I think we had a trekker
I
and
mean,
yeah, I don't know.
I didn't mind it too. I wasn't too pissed. Like I feel like I could have, just learned my national parks in Kenya and know this. I
Yeah, that's
don't
fair.
really practice African countries and don't know that stuff. So I was like, yeah, that's just that's kind of on me. Like I could have made a better guess if I knew. So I wasn't like too pissed at the mapping. Let's say I was more like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
should
fair
just
enough.
learn Kenya one day. But yeah. Okay, on this round, I actually didn't really get any information, but I remember. So I was the entire round. I was thinking about that one round Debray had against Panos in the EMEA major, where Panos insta sent
Oh yeah.
Chiwol, I think, and it ended up being
Yeah.
Torino. So I was thinking about that the entire way, and I think on one of the signs I saw that it said like via Torino or something like that, and that kind of confirmed, I guess.
Oh yeah, it
Although I
does
mean,
say via
realistically,
Torino
there could
here.
be
Yeah.
that could be a Via Torino somewhere else in Italy, probably. But I mean, yeah, I just trusted it and it worked out.
Yeah, because Malfunctionn gets to a very good sign here. Obviously, that says
I
Provincia
think it's
di
yeah,
Torino.
Provincia di
Yeah,
Torino. Yeah, I
yeah,
always forget to look at these signs, but they're actually really good. Like those
yeah.
small,
The
yeah,
small traffic
random
signs.
whatever signs.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. They gave the province, and provinces are quite knowable in Italy. I don't remember how many there are, like maybe 60, and yeah, it's
yeah.
always cities.
And at this
Um,
point, you're loving Thailand because you've got it again, and no real area codes that
yeah,
you've
I
seen so
think
far. I think.
I'm actually surprised. Okay, so here I got an area code and I just sent, I think I got
Okay, yeah,
40, 45, I think.
yeah.
So I just sent. But I think Malfunctionn maybe had a province name, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm mocking it, but yeah. I mean, she probably didn't since she didn't get there eventually. I think she's probably very good at Thai, much better than me.
Yeah,
But yeah, I got lucky to get an area code there. Moving around very fast definitely helps a few times in this whole series. So yeah.
yeah.
Uh, At this round, I think there was nothing really. Yeah, I mean there was like this one town, this one tiny town, but yeah. So it was mostly vibe guessing. I got like a very very poor vibe guess there. For some reason I was thinking Sao NBA, although there were palms and like it looked very Chaco. I don't really know what happened there, but yeah. Sometimes I think I was very focused on the town name, and yeah, just sometimes leads to
Yep.
not very good guesses.
And here's the Ecuador. So.
Yeah, Ecuador again. Yeah, yeah, lots of good Ecuador rounds for me. Here again, getting like the city name on a random
Yep.
sign, like said Santo Domingo there. And yeah, Malfunctionn didn't get too much. I think she tried to use the taxis, which something most moving players would do. I think there. So yeah, again, moving around, getting maybe lucky, maybe just moving around was the better choice there. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, this was not the most like fun round, I would say. It's just region guessing the far eastern road. And here I got a sign that said Khabarovsk. So I just sent the city, although I don't think it really looked like Khabarovsk, to be honest. But
Yeah.
I yeah, I just trusted the sign and it worked out pretty well for me. I barely won, just like that. So yeah. Uh, yeah, rather lucky there on the multis order.
Yeah. To be fair.
Yeah, happens.
Happens. All
Yeah,
right.
the game against Malfunction looked it looked like a sort of quick 3-0 game, like from just looking and seeing it's like 3-0, but it actually, I think it was the closest game of them all for some reason. Yeah, I just happened to get lucky on that game.
I think she
Multis
played very solidly throughout all 3 games. I think played very well, of course.
Yeah, she made one mistake in the no move,
Yep.
which we're gonna see, but yeah.
Yep.
Here we had Philly round. Yeah, we kind of have this fake meta that Dark Payment is Samar and Bicol in the community, so I just went for one of the two, and yeah, it was Bicol actually. I think she kind of tried to overcook this round.
Yeah.
Like going Palawan, but yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got caught up into the wrong vibe. Yeah, again another African country here. I'm not good at. I'm like really bad at African countries where it's like a lot of yeah, lots of track metas. That's actually really not something I enjoy. Like people would think I would like that, but really not. I don't mind car colors like the way you have in American countries, but truck metas, it's like you can always look for anything on the truck, like any like sort of insignificant dirt smudge on the truck, you can look and use for a specific road, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same way as you.
Yeah,
I don't love truck countries that much. Like I'm fine with the car color stuff,
yeah.
but yeah, once it gets to the truck stuff, it's a bit too much for me. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, anyways, I'm not gonna use that as a cope for this round. I think like it is landscape guessable as well. I think Namibia, it's not like there's some roads that are probably learnable, and that one was probably one of them. I tried to learn Namibia when it came out, and then didn't really play it anymore.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so here I think it was very hard to see on the stream, but we actually had like in the distance a Shikoku triangle, below the bar.
Yeah.
On the pole that's in the distance there, but I don't think it's noticeable on that small screen. But yeah, that's how we both got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So pretty uneventful round. Then we had this round. So yeah, I got kind of a Spain vibe at first, but the infrastructure was kind of wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought more and more about Portugal. Although the landscape was just kind of strange, but it could make sense for Portugal as well. Was what I thought. But yeah, I thought that one sign at the end was Spanish, like red outline sign, but I couldn't really tell. It was like kind of faded, so I hedged both countries. I was very happy about that. I mean,
which country
I
was
think
it?
it was Portugal. It had to be Portugal.
Okay.
Like I saw afterwards someone say, I think it was Trizeric who mentioned that the guardrail was Portuguese or French. Something about the guardrail wasn't Spanish. So yeah, it was Portugal, but like the border hedge was the like pretty good thing to do there, probably.
Yeah, for sure. No, I do
and
remember.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky that Malfunctionn missed this round, because maybe I don't know. I feel like the Portugal Spain border would be more the standard guess there, but yeah, I don't know. Happens like to get caught up into the wrong vibe. That happened to me before against FAO, so
yeah,
it does happen.
Yeah, I do remember the Trizeric message now. I remember him saying like Portugal 100% in all caps or something. If I recall.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he told us it was because of the guardrail, which makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Into game 3.
Yeah. Another moving round. I mean, yeah, Oman, truck country. Yeah. I just don't bother. I didn't even look at the truck. I don't really know anything, to be honest. So yeah.
That makes sense. Just
I even think I think Oman is also a pretty bad country in moving. Like
I agree.
The signs aren't necessarily very good, unless I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but yeah, here we had another Norway round. I mean, quite a few Norway rounds as well.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
Maybe yeah. I immediately got got the vibe that we will be somewhere near the the major river, or fjord, I should say. That one I'm zooming into. but yeah, obviously it looked a bit too small to be right on it. But I don't know why I ended up just clicking on it because like I didn't know, but it was a bit further east, and yeah.
And here's our, our Ecuador again.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I mean, going for info has worked pretty well for me so far in Ecuador for some reason.
Yeah.
So I like kept going and was thinking that surely there would eventually be something at some point. So yeah, I kept moving around trying to get something, but I think we both didn't really get information eventually on that round. Um, yeah, but I really got the East of Andes vibe. It kind of was a risky guess because I thought like without information, you'd be like more likely to hedge north of Guayaquil, but yeah, it ended up paying out.
Yeah.
I did coverage check that area a bunch before, and I thought it really looked like it. So yeah, I just went for it, and it worked out well.
Yeah, I don't know how right this is, but also like the oil field sign. I feel like maybe the oil palm
Yeah,
plantations maybe a bit more east of Andes than
I mean
west of
they
the
are
Andes.
both every years, but yeah, I think it was a bit flat maybe for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything really concrete. I know there's also oil palms actually exactly where she guessed. I think
Okay.
so.
Okay. Okay.
It wouldn't like by itself. It wouldn't rule out the west, but
Yeah. Makes sense.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay,
And
here
you
we had
guys had the
like
same sign, yeah. Yep.
yeah, Tulamore is
Pretty
pretty
big.
easy to find, and then yeah, she found the 5K much quicker than me. I didn't like. Yeah, I was a bit struggling a bit to find like the exact town we were in, but didn't really matter in the end.
Yeah. Only 8
Yeah,
points.
yeah,
And then yeah. Truck.
yeah. On this round, I kind of trolled a little bit there. I didn't move around at first to like use that sign we had at spawn, which said Kislorda and Aktobe, I think. And then there was a sign saying Aral a few meters away, so that was pretty free. I think most people would know about Aral.
Yep.
So yeah, I feel like these kind of round wouldn't really be in like a World Cup type of situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so yeah, not the most not the most eventful moving game, I would say.
Yep.
Yeah, again, we had signs that said there was a town that said in Tyrol, like
Yep.
I think it was Hal in Tyrol. So I found that and I just sent, and she sent at the same time, finding like a smaller town, I think. That was also mentioned. So
Yeah.
yeah, again, not much happening. Then we had a ZA round, which was a bit scary. Because ZA is like, I feel like it's one of these countries where moving players are significantly better at it in
Mm,
moving rounds than non-moving players. I mean, it's kind of a stupid thing to say, but still, I think it's true for ZA because like knowing where to look for these roads is like so useful. Uh, yeah, I kind of Zanin is like a pretty big city. I definitely knew like it was findable, but I yeah didn't scan very well there. Probably didn't look very well.
yeah.
So yeah, she found that sign and just insta sent, and I
Yep.
was very lucky that she wasn't closer there. Definitely. Uh, yeah, on this one again, she finds like the exact towns very quickly, and I make a poorer effort, but I end up close enough. I didn't find Bintangor, which was
Yeah.
the other town. So yeah, there was really not much going on here.
Yep.
Yeah, all palm round. I think we went. Did we go opposite directions? I don't know,
Yeah,
but
you guys are going opposite directions right
we,
now because you're going west, I
yeah.
think,
Yeah,
and
we are. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And yeah, okay. I
Now you guys are
mean,
going the
yeah,
same
there was
direction.
nothing really. Uh,
Yep.
I feel like yeah, most people would just go Jambi or Riao, and that's what we both did. I feel like the red soil is a bit more southern. That's why I considered Jambi more than Riao.
Yep.
Like usually most people would go Riao and go next, but like it was a bit of a red soil, so I tried something. But yeah, it was very close to the border. So yeah, we both got this sign, which apparently was a like a Manchester bus stop, and kind of interesting
Mm.
that we both didn't know that, especially yeah. Yeah, so there was a sign here saying pennies. So I knew about North pennies. For some
Yeah.
reason, I looked at first for North pennies being like that one park in the north, and uh, so I hedged like south of it because it just said pennies and not North pennies, and yeah, that was enough to win. Yeah, really not the most fun moving game there. Pretty unfortunate for Malfunctionn. Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Yeah. You guys played pretty evenly on both of those moving games, I feel like.
Yeah, it could have went either way.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So we're into the final now against Spaghetti.
Yeah. So I mean, I was feeling pretty well, like having to face Spaghetti being more of like a moving main.
Yeah, right.
Since I played so well against Malfunctionn
Yep.
and FAO. Here I got like an area code on the door of that shop next to me. So I just insta sent and it worked out pretty well. Yeah, area codes in Greece are really useful for moving. There's not much to do without them, I think.
Yeah. Especially the info sometimes isn't the best
Yeah,
in Greece.
in Japan, I knew I would have to figure out the region very quickly and just send because having to face a Japanese player in Japan is not really fun.
Yeah.
Like there's like hidden information that nobody can use unless they are pretty well versed in terms
Yeah.
of kanjins and stuff. So
Yep.
yeah, that was a very good choice there. I mean, logical choice, I'd say.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, here we both had that very nice blue sign again. A very solid moving round, saying Luleå, which is major city, and yeah, just scanning for the smaller towns and yeah, finding correct
Right.
place.
Yeah. Just the sign right in front of your face on that moving around.
Yeah.
which is always nice.
I mean, it was nice in my situation where I had 1,000 more health than him.
Yeah.
So here, I don't actually think I got to any information. I just sent because we had the gray photo car, which I think is a Legos thing. So I was like, maybe he doesn't get info and misses it, but I wasn't expecting really that to happen.
Yeah.
Spaghetti is more of a moving player, I'd say, but he's still like really good at all three modes.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, this round was interesting. It looked like the courage would get. So here I take like a no move look because I did think this round would be like a no info round. So I
Yeah.
tried to make an effort to actually think about the region guess there, unlike the other Arch round I had against Malfunctionn in moving, where I made a much worse effort. So I thought it looked like the coverage you would get in Chaco, but with the striped car, you know.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the striped car. That was like brand new white car coverage.
Yep.
And yeah, it was eventually just across the border in SDE. So that worked out pretty well. Yeah.
All right.
So here we had the one Sambas round.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So again, a huge shine with the Cabo pattern at spawn. And Sambas is one of the easier ones, being like, you know, it's an actual city that you
Yep.
can find. So nobody's really gonna miss this at this level. Yeah. Here, US round, it's always a bit scary when it's like smaller towns. You aren't really sure you're gonna get much, but the best thing in smaller towns is to go out and get like the state
Yeah.
specific highways. It's usually that's what it's gonna be about. And yeah, we both found the correct road, and I didn't have enough time to really scan for the places, but yeah. I think if Spaghetti instasent once he found the road, I could have missed it, and that could have been like a few thousand points. Like
Oh
actually,
yeah.
could have been 3,000 points there. It's
Yeah. Sorry.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he was scanning the place. Yeah. Okay, I
Yeah.
think it would have been quite close, but there was possibility for him to to send without me scanning west. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's always a hard choice to make.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Then we just get Iquitos. So.
Yeah. I didn't really realize in the moment how uneventful a lot of the moving rounds were, but yeah. I mean, for me it was really fine because it allowed me to be like just consistent throughout the whole moving games, and not having to worry too much. Again, this round was also pretty solved. I mean, it was like pretty easy Catalonia with the landscape.
Yep.
I mean, with the landscape and the language, like the town name and all that, and he got to a sign. Interesting that he went outside of the city instead of towards it. Eventually, it worked out well for him because he got a sign, the kilometer marker. And for some reason, I saw like a sign that said Park Natural or something. I thought that was like near Barcelona. I think it was, two very similar sounding parks, and I kind of missed that one up. But I was still feeling pretty well, having like 3,000 points lead. And here we got a Za, which I knew I could lose here if I trolled the region guess, so I kind of had to think this one through. We could kind of see a ridge there to the north, which looked pretty. It looked like smaller mountains. Like it didn't look like Cape Town adjacent mountains or like George. You know, George has, I think, a pretty big ridge next to it. So I was thinking more about south of Port Elizabeth area, and that worked out pretty well.
Yep.
It was a really nice guess. I was quite happy about that because
Very
I
nice
didn't
region
really
guess.
have anything like serious there.
Yeah.
Apparently, some Gabriel Gio told me afterwards that the signs were Port Elizabeth ones, the yellow signs. He's actually
the street
researched.
signs.
Street signs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's actually researched.
These here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that was quite an interesting fun fact there, I guess. But I did not know about that.
Okay,
I guess
cool.
they are easily recognizable.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did not know that either. So it's cool. Cool little cool little meta there. All right. Game 2 now. In, Senegal. So.
Yeah, not the most fun country to me again. A lot of Senegal, Kenya, Nigeria,
All of
these
the
rounds,
truck
but
countries, as you
this
mentioned.
this looked like slightly hilly, which I feel like it's usually the eastern or northern road.
Yeah.
It looks like that. So we tried to line it up, and we both guessed on top of each other. So I hit the wave, but there were no waves back. But yeah, that happens. Okay, this round was a complete fuck up by me, to be honest.
Happens.
I saw the blue visible car, which is we usually call that like the Mazatlan car.
Yeah.
But the copyright was wrong, so I shouldn't have trusted that. I mean, it made a lot of sense for Campeche there. Like it was like northeast road with the coast northwest and super flat. So good find by Spaghetti getting it so fast though.
Yep.
Yeah, we had another very fun location. I think I don't know why we both didn't go Abuja there, but
I think your guess makes more sense, I think, than the other. But yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty Bulgaria here. I mean, a lot of points to make up for you, which is not ideal.
I don't know why I tried to region guess this, to be honest, but I was not feeling very well during that game, which I think you'll be able to tell
You're
throughout
right.
this round. I'm not really sure what happened there. I mean, honestly, I don't really hate my guess, even after the infrastructure is a bit more chilly, but I don't think there was anything 100% there.
Yeah.
But if it was BA, I would have won. So why not?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I mean, even though it's not BA, but it's not Argentina.
All right. Clement's last moving game of the tournament here.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the few rounds where I insta-sent because, I mean, realistically, you're not going to get anything there. It just looked very Hunin. It's just very unique mountains there, I feel like. Just a moving Za around. I wasn't expecting to get much here because it looked like a smaller road. but it said the town name, and I tried to scan for it, and I actually found it quite quickly.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of hard to realize that on the stream because it's like a small town, and it was hard to see where I spotted it, but that's what happened. Like it doesn't zoom in as much as we are zoomed in on the map,
Yeah,
so
right.
don't see the same thing we see. So yeah, immediate zoom into Dijon there. I mean, southeast of Paris, because it was a bit flat for Dijon, I thought. Yeah, the red roads.
Yeah, with the red road.
But yeah, I do know like quite a few things, like place names and that type of stuff. So I tried to move around for that, but I think I ended up getting an area code of this round, uh, which I'm not really the best at area codes in France. I roughly know the region, but yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely not read it.
Yeah, yeah. No. I think it was 84 or something like that. But yeah, he had a pretty fine region guess there as well. So
Yep.
I don't think he found anything. Okay. US round here. Yeah, I wasn't really finding much at first. He got to like the Tubac State Park sign, which I think it was a pretty small park, so hard to
find. Yeah.
find it just like that. I got to an interstate and got so yeah, it was pretty good find by me. Like I got to the interstate and the sign to Tubac, and I immediately kind of had a good region guess there within the states.
Yep.
And yeah, I found Tubac because I don't I think it said it on the interstate as well, and yeah.
Yeah, I think he had a brown sign or something. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. Tubac Park, yeah.
Yeah. Good region guess, and then you just found the town.
Yeah, I feel like it's mostly about ruling out areas of Arizona there. You know, like you're on an interstate, there's only so many interstates there, and
That's true.
just thinking about which interstate that goes north south can look like this, and then yeah, then it's a pretty easy find. Like most interstates are east west, as you can see on that screen.
Yep.
So yeah,
and then most of the stuff north of Phoenix is like, I don't know, going through
yeah,
mountains and stuff.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't even think. Oh yeah. That's probably like an interstate that goes north. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. It's through mountains, so didn't go through my mind. Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah, another France round. I was kind of getting fed pretty good rounds for me there, going from France to US, then right back to France. But yeah, it does happen. Here I got very good signs. Millau, it's a pretty big city where the famous Millau Bridge is. And yeah, I got I found the town we were in pretty fast, which it said I think on the sign I had seen previously. So yeah, and then another ridiculous African round. Like yeah, I don't know. I was actually really scared on this round because I have famously gotten very poor guesses in like on Madagascar rounds before. I think some people might know. So I was scared this was a reference type of round that I would miss and lose like 3,000 points, like hedging Morondava there. But luckily, Spaghetti didn't try really either there.
Yeah.
Although I think it's the town name on that
on the sign on the
round.
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, I think we both had 970 area code, which I think it's like either northern half of Colorado or something like that. So he tried an interesting guess there going northwestern Colorado. So yeah, I was really happy to win that game there because like winning a moving game against Spaghetti is always feels pretty nice. I was scanning for that town. I think it said the town name and then Colorado. So
something like that.
Definitely getting good signs there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Spaghetti realized after he sent that he didn't want to. Maybe sending northwest wasn't the best decision there. And then but he was already locked in. So
what I said during the interview was that he probably rushed his guess. Like getting to the area code, and he rushed it because I think it wasn't an easy Colorado, so he hoped I wouldn't get the state there, not find the area code or not get the info. So he tried something quick, and didn't work out there.
All right, and
So here people were thinking I was thinking Colombia there, but it was just because I didn't actually fully zoom into Ecuador, or like
okay.
I missed zoom, or I don't know, but or
I'm
maybe I don't
yeah.
actually. Maybe I thought about Colombia. I actually don't remember, but like there was no yellow plates, so there wasn't like no reason to go Colombia on that round. But
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry to have doubted you there. I think like I
no,
just
I
saw your
mean,
map was hovering over Colombia and I got scared. You know.
yeah, it definitely was. I mean, I don't know if I actually thought Colombia there. I don't know. Maybe I did. Like from the landscape, maybe it
Yeah.
was my first thought, but yeah, I don't know. Uh, yeah, here we had a pretty gettable round if you know like a thing or
Yep.
two about Australian cars and landscapes. It looked very specifically like Western NSW, Southwest NSW. Um, so yeah, it is pretty good to like train those like inland areas of
Yeah. Very
Australia,
important.
as we've seen like a bunch of times before. Like I think twice against FAO,
Mm-hmm.
where it could have been pretty huge points.
Yep.
So yeah. So here
Yeah.
I
I
was a
was
Peru.
wondering.
Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was like thinking Tarapoto at first, and then I thought about that road at the end, lining up pretty well, and somehow got very close. I was like, I was really unsure because I haven't really trained these like areas,
Mm.
which are so like rather knowable, I guess. But yeah, and we even had like a kilometer marker, but I didn't. I don't think I saw it on that round. Like there was a kilometer marker right next to us.
Let's see if
So
we
the
can see
five
it.
N, yeah. I mean, the
Oh
5N is
yeah,
not the
yeah,
most useful.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
on
not very
Spaghetti.
useful, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, it's not useful at all. I mean, he was also on the 5N and yeah,
Yeah,
still
yeah.
lost 2,000
Yep.
points. So yeah.
All right, and then this round, man, like I don't know. This is a weird
Nah,
round.
I'm not.
It's a weird round, man.
Yeah, is it really though?
I mean,
Okay, so my thought was the lake and the landscape looked a lot like areas of the Alps I've been to, and
hmm
like I didn't really consider Spain there. Like I don't know, I feel like I've not seen lakes like that in the Spanish like Pyrenees.
yeah.
So I don't know, I was just too I was too focused on the Alps there for some reason, and yeah, I don't know. I think yeah, I don't. Other than the pole, I feel like there wasn't really much there for Spain. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
I
I
guess
didn't think so
should have
either.
looked at the pole, I guess, but yeah. So definitely very lucky. I feel like honestly, his guess is like really good. There, I feel like I would have went there if I actually thought it was Spain. So I was
Mm,
like so lucky there. Could have lost.
a lot more
Literally could
points.
have lost the game. I think.
Yeah,
I think by going ups, if it actually was Asturias.
yeah.
Yeah, this round was another tomfoolery by me. uh, yeah, don't really know what I was thinking. I was thinking Indonesia at first, and I don't know, man. Like the pole is clearly, yeah. I think there's like a metal plate, but I didn't really see it while the round was playing out. So I was like, yeah, I was searching Malaysia mostly, and also Indonesia, and I don't know, man. I don't know what was going on there, but uh, yeah,
Yeah,
no, it is an absolute robbery that I
he
didn't lose on
switched.
that round.
He
Like,
switched as well at the last second.
yeah, he did. Yeah, I should 100% lose on this round. Like, no, that was yeah. I
It's all
mean,
right.
yeah,
Sometimes you need a little bit of luck to win a tournament, honestly. So it was on your side.
yeah,
Happens.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
All right, and then this is just yeah. I mean, we don't have anything
Like
here.
it looks very Indonesian at first
Yep.
glance, I think, and
Yep.
we both like thought Indonesia. I was thinking, yeah, Kelly or Sumatra, but couldn't quite tell. And then at the last second, I thought like, what if it's Malaysia? And like I was about to like switch to hedge for Malaysia, but ended up staying Indo. And yeah, I do think Malaysia makes a bit more sense there at the end, but it's hard to think about like while the round is like it
Yeah.
just looks strange. There were there was a huge ridge east, which is very weird for anything in Sumatra. I think
Yeah, that's true.
when it's deeply forested like this. So like I think some people would get Malaysia here for sure, but even the region guess of Malaysia isn't easy. I think
Yeah, true.
like some people could go Sabah or I don't know. So yeah, definitely a tricky round, but yeah. And then I mean, got lucky again there, getting fed another US round with like it was a pretty easy round for me because there was actually an area code on that bin, which was a bit hard to see, and there were blue plates around, so I was like 100% sure it should be in Nashville area. So yeah, I celebrated. I was like, I was feeling very relieved there because I was like, I was feeling like I should lose this no move game and that I should lose the whole thing because of how it was going, like what went on just before. But yeah, I got very lucky there on the last round. So yeah, I do feel, I feel a bit bad for Malfunctionn, especially. I don't think I should have lost 3-0 there, but yeah, I still think I played very well, and
You did.
was very
Especially on
happy
the
about the overall performance.
especially on the moving games. I mean, to play against 3 players
Yeah,
that I guess are perceived to probably be better moving players than you, especially, and to win all of those moving games is really impressive. So, very nice job there.
yeah. Thank you very much. I mean, yeah, I really wasn't expecting it to go that way. I mean, I hope to play. Like, I played very well against Gingey in moving, and I just kept playing like this because I thought it worked well, and it did. I guess it was just yeah. Some people were very surprised because they thought I they obviously they knew me as a no move and an MPZ player, but they thought I didn't like know anything for moving, like didn't have moving skills, which I guess makes sense because I don't really love the mode. But at the end of the day, in the World League, I feel like everyone at like really towards the end of the league knew like everything pretty much that was to be learned for moving. So like the skill level is just really risen, and even though like people aren't moving mains necessarily they still like they're still gonna know like US area codes for the most part and all that stuff. Kabu patterns, obviously.
I
So
think
yeah,
like pretty much every player in that wildcard tournament would know their area codes, their kabupans, their Filipino provinces, all of
yeah.
that kind of stuff. So
I think I know one person who wouldn't know them, but I'm not gonna say them, but it's okay.
fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, they're good enough without them, so
Yeah,
yeah.
fairs. All right.
Yeah. But
Clement,
yeah.
anything? I guess that'll wrap it up, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I mean, Clement, do you have anything to say to the fans? We're excited to watch you in Copenhagen, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm very happy that I will be in Copenhagen because that was really not sure. I mean, I guess with the Danish wildcard, I did still had a very good chance, but I'm very happy that I won this tournament, and yeah, I hope I will be playing the same way in Copenhagen, trying to win these moving games that are very crucial in the format.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, just also very excited as a whole to go to Copenhagen and meet up with everyone. It is always very fun, and really enjoyed it last year. But being there as a player is gonna feel even more amazing for me. So I'm really looking forward for this, and yeah.
Awesome. And then one last question before we sign off. Who do you think's going to win the Danish wildcard?
It's gonna be Big Hemdog, obviously.
I mean, obviously. We got to take
like,
Hemdog.
Yeah, this player is just exceptional. I mean, I'm rooting for him even in the World Cup. I think he stands a chance. He's proven before that he can beat Radu in a normal game. So
do you think the final will be Hemdog versus Zone? Probably.
Oh yeah, the Danish wildcard, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they might even be the 2 only players who turn up eventually. So yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up then, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Clement, thank you for joining me again. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another GeoGuessr video. Peace.